Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Turf Today podcast, presented by True Turf, Roll in Perfection. My name is Adam Kershane. I am your host today, along with my buddy, Trevor Larson, and we're bringing you number 32 today, Eli Householder, down from Tennessee, and yes, that is a name you've heard on this podcast before. He's a common participant on the show, so it's nice to get into a few things with him. Before I throw it down to Trev, I did want to mention Turf Today hit 100,000 followers on Instagram, and that was a huge goal when the whole Turf Today thing was started. So that is a big milestone for us. We're very excited here. Obviously, it is just a number, though. We've been doing this for a while, and it's something we'd love to continue to keep doing. So from everybody here to everybody out there that's listening, that's been a part of our lives and a part of our community and this show. And I know we say thank you a lot, but we really do mean it and hope we can continue to grow and get bigger and better. So I'm going to throw it on down to this guy here. Mr. Larson, what's going on? Trev.
Can't hear anything you're saying. All right, here we go.
Oh, fuck.
Yeti microphone. So there's the Yeti speaker, Yeti microphone. Now try it.
You sound good.
Oh my God, finally. Holy
Nice.
shit.
We're back. So, did you have a good day on the questions? I didn't even get into it.
Yeah, I got 12.
Okay.
Seems to be the average now.
Yeah. Regular customers or couple?
Well, let's see. Ordy's back. Yard Hard's there. Wim. Couple new ones. Little Kirchy's back. Yeah, so pretty good.
Most of the regular customers. That's good. Did we do favorite golf movie yet on the pod? Like, I know we did our top 5 or whatever, but I don't know if we did golf movie.
I don't know. It's between Caddyshack and Happy Gilmore, without a question.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt
Tough
about
to
it.
beat. Well, I think we did mention Bagger Vance, but I don't know if you've seen that one.
No,
That would
because that's the one we talked about, and same with Tin Cup. I've seen Tin Cup. It's just been a gazillion years.
Yeah.
I know that those Legend of Bagger Vance and Tin Cup are two like the best golf movies ever made. But when you're gonna go, my flavor of movie, it's between Caddyshack and whatever I said.
Happy
I
Gilmore.
can't remember. Happy Gilmore. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the
without a
comedies,
question.
the golf comedies. The old Ninth Green at 9:00. Tough to beat. You like that one or Billy Madison more?
Oh, Happy Gilmore, hands down.
Yeah.
Not,
Especially being a golf
not
movie.
not even a contest. But on comedy, this was fantastic. I saw this today, and it was a tweet or an X or whatever the hell you want to call it from Leonardo DiCaprio, and he just posted out, "Roast me, do your worst."
Hmm.
And our guy in the golf world, Max Homa, who is roast king,
Mm-hmm.
goes, Leonardo DiCaprio quotes like he's saying it, like, "Hold my beer, Leo's girlfriend. I can't. I'll get arrested."
Great shot.
Today, and it's fantastic.
Did he reply to that? Did he have anything to say to
I
Homa?
don't know, but I just saw that and thought it was hilarious.
You never know sometimes. Some of that shit's so fake.
Yeah,
Homa is known for ripping a few of the boys.
he's the
so.
roast king. I love it when he goes through and people ask him to rate their swing, and he
Yeah,
just eviscerates them.
he's got so many. I love when he just tells people to stop playing golf altogether.
Yeah, he goes. I love there's one where this dude has these blue shoes and a blue shirt, and he goes, "Give me tips, Max Homa," and he goes, "Well, you're wearing matching shoes and matching shirt, so you've already started. You're already off to a good start." Shit like that. It's just so good.
Did you
Yeah.
look more into the virtual golf
No.
league?
Nope.
So I can't figure it out.
Yeah, there wasn't any. There was one rendering that kind of looked like they were hitting a ball out into like a range. Whether or not they're actually hitting the ball into like a top golf kind of driving range or into a screen, we don't know.
Does it even mean that they're going to be there? Because if it's on a sim, they could be in their own garage at home.
I think they're supposed to be there because I think there's probably going to be, you can buy tickets and like go see it.
Okay. So they're there on stage hitting balls into,
It looks like they're building some kind of building for it.
yeah, there's going to be a crowd.
Yeah, I would imagine so. That if there's no crowd, it'd be super lame.
It is called a virtual league. So technically that means it should be on the screen. But yeah, the
Yeah.
fact that there's going to be stands and stuff, it's going to be cool. Like you said, we got to tune in either way. It is
Yeah.
Tiger.
Basically.
Yeah. And thanks for everybody who reached out about that too. Appreciate the help.
Yeah. So did you get questions?
Yeah, I got a few. Some of the fellas. That one that I asked you about the movies was Yard Hard. He was wondering.
Yardy, yeah, he's got a good one here. I got this was fun from the folks, considering I talk about sports and the Eagles a lot in general. I got three sports questions today from
Ooh,
three different people.
alrighty. Let's start the podcast with those. Little
We'll
sports corner.
start it off
Trevor's
with,
sports corner.
yeah. I guess you want to start with football or hockey?
Ooh, let's go football.
Football from Lil Kirchy. Can the Eagles bounce back against the Dolphins?
They're going to be dangerous after a loss, I would imagine.
I mean, yeah, it's all about slowing down their offense. If we just go back to running the football, which we were the number one running offense in the league up until last week, and then we threw the ball 50 fucking times. If we just commit to running the football and keep that offense off the field, we absolutely can balance. It's football, man. Who was it? It was the Browns beat the 40. Well, the Browns defense is legit, but like they beat the 49ers. There was another wild game not too long ago, like when a shit team waxes a good team. Like, so
Gonna
I mean, it's
happen.
gonna be two really, really good teams. If we can keep their offense off the field, yeah, we can absolutely bounce back. Even if we just have a good game, we can still have a bounce back. The grass Zamboni. Who has more this season? Eagles wins or Giants losses?
Eagles wins, no?
I
Okay.
agree. Yeah, the Giants are gonna pull off a couple here and there. They suck, but they don't suck that bad. They're way out of sync. You know, they can click for a few.
I like it. So what about
Yeah.
hockey? Ooh, okay. Yeah,
This
that
one's
is
just
on
for
too.
me, from Jordan Kalos. I don't know. Why didn't you choose the Blackhawks as your NHL team?
I told him to. I said it would be a great team, and he said he
I
didn't want to be a bandwagoner.
No, that was for the Golden Knights. Was the bandwagon?
Oh yeah, that's right, because they just won the cup. But there was something about not wanting to cheer for Bedard though, right?
No, I fucking am fascinated with Bedard.
Yeah, he's
He's really
sick,
fun to
bro.
watch. He's
It's
gonna be dope.
insane.
I love that he's been getting insane coverage and handling it like an absolute seasoned vet, and he's 18
hmm
years old.
He's doing a great job. All
Yeah.
those like OnlyFans models reaching out to him and stuff like that, going after him. It's
Jeez.
crazy. Yeah. Leave the guy
Yeah.
alone. Let him play some fucking hockey. He's
Let
18.
him
To like
let yeah, let him get a jeez. Yeah, he can't even have a beer.
yeah, a guy can't even have a
Like,
beer. Exactly.
no, I don't know. Why I didn't choose I don't know.
I like you as
It
a
was
Devils fan. It makes sense.
it was dude, it's been hard not to try just with the buzz around Philly right now with Red October and then obviously the Eagles being a good team. It was so hard not to just be like, you know what, screw it, I'm going to the Flyers.
Yeah.
Um, but at the same time, the Devils they're fun to watch. They fly, man.
Get an exciting team. Absolutely.
Came to brass tacks.
And the Devils took it.
Oh, it's because the Instagram page.
And the jerseys. We do like the jerseys.
Do like the jerseys. I don't like their throwback, like
The greens.
no, not the greens. They have like a purple, yellow, and red one. They look like a bunch of fruit stripe gums out there.
Oh yeah, those are
Yeah,
fire.
those are pretty bad. But they're
I don't know
throwbacks.
if
They're
they wear
homage
those though. Like the ones on you're talking about the ones on
on the
NHL?
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they don't. They're
I
pretty
don't think
bad. They
I've
sell
seen
them on the
that.
website. Like
Really?
you
Oh,
can,
maybe.
yeah, you can get a
Reverse retro
custom fruit
jersey,
stripe
maybe?
stick.
Sick.
It's not even a retro jersey because it has the modern logo, which they're not an old team, but like
Hmm.
I like the camo. I really like the black throwbacks that just say jersey on it with the stripes on the sleeve. I like those a lot.
Yeah, those were designed by like a famous designer or something like that. Like really famous
Interesting.
designer. Yeah,
That's
they should
hilarious because
you
it's
should
a
look
very
it up.
simple, easy design.
Should look it up. There's some sort of collaboration there.
The 76ers dropped their City Connect jerseys for this year.
Okay.
They are sick. Says the city of brotherly love on it, and it's got
Oh, cool.
they're sick. And the only thing that sucks is it has this stupid sponsor of like crypto
Oh,
bank or something dumb
yeah.
on it. Like
Sponsors
I
kill it.
can't. Yeah, like I would heavily consider getting one of those jerseys. but it has that bank, or I don't care what it is. It has the sponsor on it, and I will never do that.
If you got the replica, would it still have the sponsor logo?
It's just as far as I could tell. I mean, I
Fuck.
haven't seen it on sale yet, so hopefully not. But like their
Yikes.
photos of them releasing it, I mean, obviously they're gonna have it on for the team, which I don't think it should be allowed.
Yeah, they're so bad. Some of them in baseball are so big. Like they're
Every
obnoxious.
single one of them are bad. All of them. Every single don't even soccer. It's just bad. It's
Yeah.
dumb. You're not an like the only one that I think you can get away with is NASCAR, obviously,
Yeah, it's a part of it.
because it fits. It
Yeah.
fits. Or like motocross racing, any kind of racing, I think you're fine.
Hmm.
But baseball, football, which luckily football they only do it on the practice jerseys for now.
Like soccer, it's kind of old school, isn't it? Haven't they had that for a long time? Some of the old car companies and stuff like that.
I guess it does look kind of cool in the jerseys. It's not a big deal there, but like, yeah, I think American sports, it's awful.
Like the Toronto Maple Leafs have TikTok on their helmet. What are you
Yeah, it's
fucking
awful.
doing
That's
here?
why I didn't pick them as my team.
There you go. 'Cause it says TikTok on their bucket. Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's a bad look.
um, it's awful.
Money
Like
talks though, right?
you guys are they're your major league professional, American professional, the biggest in the world, and other than European soccer or football, whatever. You're making billions.
Raking it in.
And if you're a team like the Leafs, dude, they rake in cash.
Oh yeah.
They never win, but they rake in cash, especially for NHL standards, which is lower than baseball, which doesn't need anything else. And it's definitely lower than football, which is probably why they don't have it. Because the
Hmm.
NFL pulls in the most money, hands down, bar none.
Crazy.
I don't know, maybe NBA.
Mm,
But the NBA, like, it's so dumb. The NBA makes so much money.
yeah.
Why do you need the sponsor on your jersey?
These guys aren't wearing sponsor jerseys in the playoffs, are they?
I
Like the
don't know.
Philly, I didn't see it on the Phillies jersey, so I don't know.
They might just have it on the sleeve if there is any.
Yeah.
Some teams might not have done it.
Oh, you're right. There could just be some teams that haven't done it. But yeah, like
Yeah.
The Phillies guy here, he's not wearing anything.
Well, good.
Funny.
Let's go Phils.
Go
It's
Phils.
still 0-0.
Yep.
Yeah. What,
Top
like
of
the
seven.
seventh?
Got a game.
Well,
Let's
that's it
see.
for Trevor's Sports Corner. Feel free
That
to
wraps things up over there. I don't know if I have anything sportsy over here that we could add to it.
feel free to send questions if you want my incredibly stern opinion on sports.
The world of sports.
You know, actually really funny is so the clubhouse has all the spider webs and crap up right now. And I
For
go in
Halloween.
there, yeah, and my GM's playing Christmas music with it though.
What?
Yeah. It was actually kind of neat though, because it actually made it kind of creepy. I was like, why is there Christmas music being played right now?
Yeah, like this isn't
I'm really
right.
uncomfortable. So there is one question, and this is going to be, I feel like it's going to be a nice little fun battle because we're both already having fun with it. But it's from Wim, and he messaged again, great episode. And again, at the end, it's about food. You guys understand I listen while I'm driving back from work, right? And I responded, like, yeah, that's the whole point. And he goes, ah, shucks. I'm going to bother you both with food questions from now on. I said, bring it on. It's just going to be a boomerang effect.
Yeah, exactly.
So Wim, he held promise to his word, which is super fun, and I love it. Absolutely. It's fantastic. And a good question. It's not like something silly. He goes, after a cold day, a nice beef stew or a good chicken pot pie?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I've never been a big chicken pot pie guy. My sister loves it. Beef stew, yeah, fucking right. We actually had one last week. Big beef stew, some veggies, nice beef broth all day. How about
I
you?
do I do enjoy beef stew, but my wife makes a slaying just chicken pot pie. Kills it,
Yeah.
and she'll actually make like little cupcake sized ones sometimes that are
Ooh,
unreal.
just a little snack size.
Yeah, and then I just douse it in Frank's Red Hot because I'm a degenerate, and yeah,
That's how you get through things you don't like, eh? Just fucking the Franks all over that shit.
how can Frank's is just an additive. It's not a cover up.
Like, I feel you.
Speaking of covering it up, what's up, Eli? He's here.
Oh, holding his house.
He's ready.
How are you guys?
Just talking about food and sports.
I just had dinner a few minutes ago. We had a taco calzone kind of thing,
Oh,
like it's filled with like taco meat and taco seasoning used, and then We put like a crescent roll wrapped around it and bake it. It's pretty good. My girlfriend, I don't know how she found the recipe for it, but pretty good.
I apologize to everybody out there that had to listen to that. I'm also fucking starving.
And I'm happy that we started it off super hard with the food, and I hope you're all
Yeah,
hungry.
Bro, that sounds so good.
yeah. Gotta get to put some queso on it.
Nice home cooking down there in Tennessee. I know some of when I lived in Memphis, some of the best barbecue I've ever had in my life. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Memphis is pretty good. I've never been to Memphis yet. I plan on going to the Bass Pro Pyramid
Oh yeah.
in Memphis. Yeah,
Yes.
I really want to go there. Bill Dance himself.
So never been to Memphis, but growing up in Knoxville, Tennessee, home of the Ice Bears. What was that like?
Yeah, yeah. So I was born in UTK, their medical center, um, in Knoxville, but I grew up in Maryville. Yeah, and I've gone to quite a few Ice Bear games. Have you ever played in Knoxville? Whenever
Oh
you were
yeah.
in
Trev,
Memphis?
you should see
Yeah,
this rink, man. The thing's the size of a shoebox, and the crowd comes right out behind the benches, right on top of the glass. That's quite the rink.
yeah.
Do they
It's pretty
sell
nice.
alcohol?
Yeah. Oh
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, then
Oh
that's a
fuck yeah.
yeah,
blast. I'm down. Let's go.
We were actually
yeah.
playing there one time and we had a fire in our dressing room while we were on the ice. So I'm in the net skating around and I see like our trainer and equipment guy go flying from the bench around through the crowd down into the dressing room and there's smoke coming out and we're playing the game and everybody's looking at each other. What the fuck is going on? I guess they
Wow.
left something on in the dressing room and it caught fire and yeah, game kept on going.
So what years did you play in there?
Oh boy, that would have been like 2013, 14, 15 kind of thing.
Okay, so I may or may not have seen you play.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, we actually lost. They won the championship. They beat us in the finals one year. Yeah, that sucked. At least it was
Yeah,
fun for them winning it at home, though, because the guys
yeah,
partied.
If
yeah.
only you guys had a better goalie.
Yeah, exactly. For fuck's sakes. But anyways, yeah. So what was it like growing up down there? Were you a golfer growing up?
No, not at all. I grew up playing baseball and football mainly.
Nice.
Um, Played a little bit of track and field. I threw shot put and discus in high school, but then played basketball growing up too. But I stopped kind of in eighth grade year, I think. Just focused on football and baseball. But yeah, I never played golf until until COVID happened. There was nothing else to do, so me and my dad would go down to the range, and just start hitting some balls, and that's kind of how I started playing. I'm still not very good. I don't know what I think it's 32 something is probably the max you can do for what's it called?
Handicap?
Handicap. Yeah, that's probably me. I'm probably the max right
No,
there.
you can be a handicap, whatever. It's probably only
Yeah,
max in an app.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. You can be what you want to be.
yeah.
Have you broke 100 yet?
I've never kept score. That's how I've only just gone out and played with friends and
Perfect. That's all that matters.
The big swing, though, being a baseball player, I bet.
yeah, that was the big adjustment going from a baseball swing to a golf swing. It's totally different monster. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But yeah,
Just finish on your front foot, not your back foot.
Right. That's the biggest thing.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. My biggest issue is dropping my shoulder. Yeah, that's my biggest issue. And then it flies.
Dingers.
Flies far right, eh?
Yeah, quite a
Yeah.
bit.
90-degree angle. Oh man. So you just got into golf. What are you doing now? Where are you at? What course? What's your job?
So right now, I just started on September 13th this year. I am at Black Creek Club in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm technically the second assistant superintendent. So we have two assistants and one super. Really great crew, really great guys out there. Brent Robertson, he's the superintendent. He came from Sweetens Cove about a year and a half ago, I believe. And Landon Brew, he's been there, the other assistant, he's been there for I think 7 to 8 years, something like that. Bunch of great guys up there. Been learning a lot.
Hell yeah. So you are fresh as can be.
Yeah, I'm green. I'm real green. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So what's it like getting some responsibility on the course, trying to being accountable, kind of being the guy that when someone messes up, the super is going to go to you rather than them. Has that been a change? Is that something new, or is that you expected that?
Yeah. So this isn't my first assistant superintendent job. I started in January this year at Creeks Bend Golf Club in Hickson, right down the road from Chattanooga. I was the assistant there from January until September. Lot smaller crew. We had I think five, maybe four full time at Creeks Bend. I don't even know if you can call it full time. And the super Patrick Shutters, he's this super for Creeks Bend and Moccasin Bend, which is another course right down the road. So he was basically bouncing back and forth from two courses. So whenever he wasn't there, I was kind of put into the position to, okay, make sure these guys get this stuff done. And it all worked out. But it it I definitely learned a lot about how to make the most of what you have. Don't try to do too much. Just do what you can, and don't stress too much about it. Like if you can't get to it today, it's okay. We'll get to it tomorrow, kind of thing.
Which can be difficult sometimes, right? But can't really do it all in a day.
Yeah. The course I'm at now, we have I think 12 full-time employees, and then one guy comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Then we have another extra guy that comes on Saturdays sometimes. But yeah, a lot bigger crew, a lot bigger budget. So top five course in the state of Tennessee. It has its perks.
In Chattanooga,
Yeah,
what a town.
Chattanooga.
What's Chattanooga famous for? What is it? It's a big school there, isn't there?
Yeah, UTC,
UTC.
University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Yeah.
That's pretty big.
They also have a minor league baseball team that kind of got famous for some pretty racy T-shirts or phenomenal, and I wish I would have bought one.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. The lookouts. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
Does it say Nuga on it?
yeah,
Like
and
chat,
it has the
take off
eyeballs.
the chatta.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Walking a tight line, eh? Trev, we've never talked about that bananas, the Savannah Bananas
I don't
team.
want to talk about them. I can't stand that. I do not like that. It's a gimmick. I think it's goofy and kind of fun for some other people. I personally can't stand it. It's awful.
It's like the Harlem Globetrotters, right?
Yeah, but with eccentric things and not anywhere near the talent.
And the wait list for those tickets at Savannah Bananas is like 2 years now. I've
Oh
seen.
wow, because it's just such
Yeah,
a show.
yeah, because people just want to get tickets and they don't have a big enough stadium. People reselling tickets on like Ticketmaster for $2,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
Welcome to the Turf Today podcast, proudly brought to you by True Turf. Today, we're talking about a true turf management game changer, the True Turf RE50 electric roller. This machine is no stranger to the turf world. It is a legend. Picture this: 26 greens, all rolled to perfection on a single charge with minimal overlapping for maximum efficiency. The RE50 delivers speed and flawless results just like our gas-powered machines. So with True Turf, going electric doesn't mean sacrificing power. Choose the one and only brand endorsed by the PGA Tour, True Turf. Visit TrueTurf.com today and experience the future of turf management.
Anyways, back on it.
Back to your first job. So you're at Green Meadow Country Club. Tell
Yeah.
us about
Green
working
Meadow.
there. Is there any crazy days or fun stories from working over at the Meadow?
Yeah, Green Meadow Country Club, back in my hometown, Maryville. Probably the one of the better courses in like the Blount County area in Maryville. Let's start going to Knoxville. You got like Colston Hills and Fox Den and Dead Horse Lake. You got some good courses in Knoxville, but pretty much Iguani Farms and Green Meadow are kind of the best two courses in Maryville area. I started there in the summertime right after I graduated high school, so 2021. Started working for Miller Johnston. He was the superintendent at the time, but now he's at Dead Horse Lake in Knoxville now. I had never worked on a golf course or anything like that. I grew up working on baseball fields with my dad. Our Maryville Little League. We have five fields there. Just kind of grew up working on those fields, and I always knew I wanted to get into something kind of turf maintenance kind of stuff. I was like, oh, I'll try out a golf course, see what it's like. And he kind of took me under his wing. And I had already planned I was going to Chattanooga State Community College for their turf and landscape management program. and he took me under his wing, kind of like a assistant in training kind of deal, and just tried to show me as much as he could in that one summer I had. And I learned a lot, struggled a lot, but it was a really good experience overall. But as far as funny stories, so we were out mowing tees one morning, me and another worker, and we get to the back nine. I think we're mowing 11 tees, and the way the course wraps around itself, it wraps 11, then back down to 12 green is right next to 11 tees. And I start looking over to 12 green, and I see something laying in the grass. I'm like, what is that? It's like black and white, and there was some red, and I was like, what is that? So start walking a little closer to it, and it had been a cat that was either got by a owl or something. Like it was just ripped to shreds. I can,
Chupacabra,
You never know.
yeah, I can send
jackalope.
y'all pictures if you want.
I don't want to
It's,
see the dead
pre-
cat. Thanks.
it's pretty gruesome. It's pretty gruesome. I didn't know what to do. Like I told the guy I was working with because I was moving the tees for him, and I called the assistant. I was like, "Hey, what do I do with this?" And he's like, "Just go bury it somewhere." I'm like, "Just pick it up and bury it." He's like, "Yeah. I mean, we're not going to throw it away in the trash can." I was like, "Okay." So I went off to the side to, like near the woods and made a little bury site for it. I put a little stick cemetery kind of tombstone. I don't know if it's still there, but yeah,
How
you could
creepy if
tell
it
it
was.
was.
It wasn't even growing over, and it's just like pet cemetery type shit.
Yeah, yeah, you could tell it was somebody's cat that like lived nearby because it had a collar on it still.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. There was a
It,
collar. Damn.
yeah,
ugh.
but it was just like in half. Like here was its like front part of its body split down the middle, guts running all the way down to where the bottom half of it was. It was
Oh,
like a
poor
good like
guy.
there was a good like 5 yards of intestines.
We had that happen one time at our course, and so this lady came by, and she was like, "Hey, I'm looking for my cat. Haven't seen it." And we were kind of like, "Oh, no, we actually we found one that was not alive anymore on the course." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, was it my cat?" And like, well, we found a collar. It was a pink collar, and the cat's name was, you know, Princess or
Skippy.
whatever. And yeah, and she's like, "Yeah, that's my cat. Can I have the collar back?" And it's my the superintendent had to go into his office and grab the collar and give it to her. It was
You were
tough for
wearing it,
sure.
don't lie.
Yeah, I had it wrapped around the steering wheel. What are you talking about? But yeah, that's a tough one to see. I was telling my wife the other day that when I first started working turf, I was a little bit weary of like all the dead animals and all the death and everything that you end up seeing. And after doing it for a number of years, you kind of just get a little bit blind to it, and it's just kind of part of it now. It gives you a little bit more of an appreciation for the nature of things and how it goes.
What's the wildest thing you found dead on the course?
Well, I watched a blue heron get eaten by a snapping turtle one time, and I'm still not okay with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've got a similar story to that. Whenever I was at Chattanooga Golf and Country Club, there was a bald eagle that liked to stay around one fairway, and it would just pick up fish in the Tennessee River because Chat Golf is like right on the Tennessee River. It would swoop down, pick up fish, and just eat them on land and leave the carcass there. So I can't tell you how many fish I've had to just toss back into the rivers that were just massacred. I've got a few videos of the eagle eating one of them, but
Pretty awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's like the
I've
Eagle story
got,
last week, I think, too. Back to back.
yeah. I've seen hawks wax little baby bunnies, which is a bummer. I think we've talked about that here too. I found a duck with a broken neck on the course because
Wow.
its dumbass landed on the ground and not in the lake
Ooh.
and snapped its neck.
But don't ducks land feet first, though?
You
Thing
land on
must
the
have been.
grass and it's not slick. You just catch your feet.
Ooh.
And, yeah.
So you had some broken
I
legs,
imagine
too.
the duck just scorpion. I don't know if it
Oh,
because it wasn't like bitten or anything. Like it wasn't like
yeah.
it was just crooked and dead on the fairway. It's like great. So I went and got a bunker rake and a garbage bag.
Yeah. As you do. Poor
Yeah.
thing. It happens. And like you said, those hawks, watch out for the hawks on the course. Those things will fucking run the show. They will take
Dude,
anything at any time.
love them. They're the
Yeah.
best. How about crows hopping in your cart when you have food when you're out playing? They snatch like your hot dog and stuff.
No, we have a bit of an agreement with crows.
I don't mess with the crows.
Yeah, they have their own place. We have ours.
Crows are homies.
So Eli, what's next for you? Are you trying to move up to like first assistant? Do you want to be a superintendent one day? What's the goal?
Yeah, I mean, that's usually the goal, be the guy, at your course kind of thing. But, right now I'm only 20 years old. I've got so much to learn, and the course I'm at now, it's a great opportunity, and I've got so much to learn from both Landon and Brent. They both have tons of experience on different kinds of courses, and this course in particular, Landon has a bunch of um, experience on it. And this is actually my first time dealing with bent grass greens too. So it's been a learning curve for me going from uh, Ultradorf Bermuda to bent grass.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more course you work out, the more you get exposed to, the quicker you're going to be able to go up.
Yeah, when I interviewed for Black Creek, I wasn't really expecting the job. It was just like, I've had this job at Creekspin for a little while. This job opening is open there. Let me put my name out there because I had already met Brent one time before. He came to a job fair at Czech State, and I was just kind of just put my name out there, seeing what my options kind of were. Lucky enough, I was offered the job and haven't looked back since then.
Yeah, that's what you got to do early in the game. I mean, geez, I'm still early into the game. It's the same kind of deal. Our industry opportunities come, I don't want to say few and far between, but when they come up, even if you're like really happy at a spot, if it's an upgrade, like you kind of got to go for it because people tend to stay in these positions for years and years and years. That opportunity might not show up for another decade or more. So it's kind of like, you throw your hat in there, and if you get it, great. And if you don't get it, well, your name's out there. You get exposure in the small little community that we have, and you just waiting for the next one.
It's all good experience. Nothing wrong with going on a job interview just to get the experience too.
Yeah,
Ask some
especially for
questions.
higher positions. Yeah.
Yeah, figuring out what they're gonna ask you.
Yeah, because a superintendent interview compared to an assistant is night and day. They're vastly different.
Yeah. Are you thinking about a little more education, Eli?
Yeah, I'm looking into. I always wanted to go to UTK. I can't tell from my hat and my shirt. I've been a Vol fan my entire life, and I've always wanted to go UTK, and they have one of the best turf programs in the country, really.
So for
And
the West Coasters, UTK is University of Texas in Knoxville, right? That's just the big, or sorry, I said Texas, Tennessee. That's the Tennessee Volunteers, the orange guys.
The balls.
yeah, sorry, because you have a bunch of different UTs. There's
Mhm.
UTK, which is Knoxville, UT Martin, UT Chattanooga. There's quite a few. So
Wow.
it's come to the point where you just have to say UTK, or else people are like, well, especially in this area. I live in
Yeah.
Cleveland, which is kind of in between both of them. So, um, but yeah, I've always wanted to go to UTK and do their program. Have a bunch of great people there. I've met some guys that took the course there. Miller Johnston, he was my superintendent at Green Meadow. He went through the course. Met a few other guys that have gone there. There's one guy that's still there, Taylor Williams. He's I don't know if you guys kind of know this. So the FIFA World Cup is coming to the US, I think it's 2024 or 2026, maybe. Might be wrong. Tennessee and I think Michigan State too are both doing turf tests like for the grass that's going to be grown for the World Cup, which is pretty cool.
Heck yeah. Are you gonna? I mean, by the time you get into that project or into that program, do you think that project's still going to be going? Is it something you want to do, or
If I was to go to Tennessee, it probably would be further down the road just because of one, student loans, and I can't really afford that right now. My girlfriend, she's still in school. But she's going to be graduated here in next year and a half, I think. But yeah, that's probably gonna be come and gone by the time I would do that program.
I just Googled it. It says FIFA World Cup 2026. It's going to take
Okay.
place
Oh, you
soon.
got a little bit of time.
It's saying it's going to be hosted by 16 cities in three North American countries.
Dude, the World Cup is monstrously huge, especially the first few like matches of it, because it's like a round robin tournament to try and get into the actual bracket, and then that bracket's humongous.
Right. So it's going to be in Mexico, Canada, and the US. So it's wow. That's fucking cool.
I believe it's Tennessee and I think Michigan State is the other school.
Probably
They're
Michigan
both
State. They've got a big turf program. Yeah.
they're kind of growing the grasses that are going to be played more in the northern U.S. and Canada, doing all the tests for those kind of grasses, and then Tennessee is kind of doing from there below to Mexico.
That is badass. I
That
like that.
is really cool, actually. World Cup is a whole new level. It's the masters of soccer.
Essentially.
Let's see here. So you listen to the show, you've sent in questions. You want to rattle off a few here?
Hang on a second. This
Yeah,
guy's got to
well,
tell us the spray story first, no?
Oh, I was kind of stuck on the questions. How about you tell us you got one else? You got something else stuck?
yeah. So first time I've ever was ever on a spray rig. It is a 1995 model Toro sprayer.
So it's way older than you are.
Way.
Yeah, quite a bit, quite a bit. I was out spraying rough. I think I was spraying it was earlier this year at Creek Bend. I think I was spraying or doing our Roundup spray.
Were you guys doing a remodel, or is it a kind of a really diluted Roundup as a growth regulator?
Really, really diluted. I don't know how common it is in y'all's areas, but we do like a very low rate of Roundup or Ranger Pro, and that kind of helps suppress weed growth early spring, and then you can kind of go through and do all. It's kind of around the same time you do your pre-emergent uh, spring application. I
Nice.
could be completely wrong, but I believe that's what we were doing at the time.
Yeah, that pre-emergent's going to take care of a lot of those weeds, at least from sprouting up. And then if you do the really low rate of Ranger Pro or Roundup, whatever you want to call it, it can be a growth regulator and kind of that weed suppressant, but it's not really going to do too much because it's so little. But that's what that pre-emergent's really for, is preventing weeds from sprouting. And then depending on the type of pre-emergent you use, you can actually oust some of the current ones too.
But yeah, I was out doing that spray. Creek's been the front nine floods a lot, especially during the wet months. I think I sent you all a few pictures before, but the whole front nine will just be full of water. And we had just had a flood event. It was a week or two later, and I was spraying the rough, going around a ditch, and I thought it was dry enough to kind of drive through real quick because there was standing water at the very bottom of it, but the top of it seemed a little dry. Well, the 1995 model Toro, I was turning it, and the steering uh, locked up kind of on me, and I was not slowing down. So I just went straight into the mud and got it stuck like in 2 foot of water.
Oh.
And that was very early on in my job at Creeksbend. So that was kind of my first mess up. And I called Patrick. I was like, "Hey, uh, I,
Help.
I need you."
How'd you guys get that out? You got a big tractor out there. You got
Yeah, we had we have a big backhoe Ford. Then we had a little Kubota. We brought the Kubota tractor out there, and that pulled it out easy. But
nice. Yeah, those Kubotas, you get that thing in a low gear, it'll yank pretty much anything out pretty quick.
You're a little
they're
tug,
nice.
Easy there, guy. Keep your tugs to yourself.
little tuggy weight. I think we had one more too, didn't we? Didn't we have them? There's something about a kneecap. Might have to
Oh,
give us a
yeah.
recap
I
on
mean,
that.
you're just dislocating everything we're talking about from golf. So how about we get back
Yeah.
into it, Adam?
Um, it. I don't know. We could skip over that story if you
Oh,
wanted to,
hell
but
no. I got to hear this.
no,
Yeah,
no.
talk to
Okay.
us about
This
the
sounds
knee.
like a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah. So in 2019, it was my junior year of high school, and we were doing spring practice early in the morning and uh, before school, and we did all our practice and everything. And for conditioning, we played dodgeball, and we have like certain teams, like the seniors were like the team captains kind of thing. And it came down to the championship game. It was me and another guy, and the very last guys out on the court. And he had a ball, but I didn't have a ball. There was a ball like a few feet from me, and I start going for it and stop because I see he's throwing his. He throws it past me, and as soon as I take another step, I buckle. My knee buckles, and I just
Oh
fall.
God, I can
And I
feel it
didn't,
just listening to
Yeah,
it.
just like
Oh,
nothing
I,
there.
I
wait
didn't,
until you're
I didn't
old.
know,
Grandpa and his snappy knee, eh?
but I didn't know what happened. And nobody else did either. They thought I just tripped or something. So they were like, "Get him, get him, get him!" And he goes and picks up the ball and pegs me in the head. They storm the court and lift him up on his shoulders and everything. And one of my buddies, he on the team, he saw it happen, and he was like shoving people out of the way, like get away, get away. And about that time, I looked down and see my kneecap on the side of my leg. That's
Mhm.
when the pain hit me. Yeah, yeah,
That'll do
that's
it.
when the
That'll,
pain hit me all at once.
6 to 8
Uh,
weeks or what?
well,
Sounds like you couldn't make it
we
without doing it again.
yeah, uh, we didn't. Well, I didn't know what to do whenever that happened because we didn't have any trainers there in the morning. And one of our coaches, his daughter was a trainer. So he grabbed my leg and he's like, I think I know what to do. And I'm like, you think? Like that
You let go of
that's
me, sir.
I'm like, that's not what you want to hear. So
I
he's like,
think I
you
know
just
how to
need
do
to
the
straight
surgery. Let's go.
he's like, you just need to straighten your leg out. So he grabs the bottom of my ankle and just lifts it up a little bit and I straighten my leg out. And it whenever it goes back in, that was the worst pain was whenever it went back in.
Hmm.
And I was I wasn't on crutches or anything. I just had to go home and let it heal, let the swelling go down. I went to physical therapy a little bit and they're like, yeah, you're all right. Just keep this brace on and you'll be fine. So I wore the knee brace all throughout the summer. And I was playing baseball too at the time. I was playing fall ball. And the day before our jamboree for football, I left football practice and went to baseball practice. And I didn't bring my knee brace because we were just doing like batting practice, like just kind of taking some grounders. And my cleat gets caught in a clump of grass in the infield and dislocates again. And that hurt quite a bit. I still played in the jamboree the next day, which probably wasn't
Jeez.
smart,
Nice.
but I just put my knee brace on and taped it up real good. And I was like, I'm good, coach. We're good.
Yeah, long way from the heart. Here we go.
Yep.
I can
And
still throw. I can still throw.
Yeah. I know Trev's eager to get to the questions. I just wanted to ask you one last thing. You wrote down about the GCSAA Grassroots Ambassador Program and the disconnect between your generation and the ones above. You touch on that?
Are you sure you weren't talking about your knee?
you want to hear the third and fourth time?
No, no, no. Honestly, I'd love to you just touch on that because we haven't had too many younger folks on, so it's I was thought it was important to bring somebody of your generation on to talk about this kind of stuff. So love to hear about what you have to say.
So the GCSA Grassroots Ambassador, that was something that I saw a few months ago, and I was like, that's something pretty cool. And for those of you that don't know, listen, um, it's basically a advocacy program for you to represent your sector, um, for whoever your congressman or woman, congresswoman is in your section. Um, and you basically get to go and talk to them or their council and kind of talk about what's going on in Congress and the White House and the government and what bills are getting passed that's going to affect the golf course industry and that kind of deal. And I haven't really gotten too far into it yet, because I kind of just started it, but it's something that I'm looking forward to going into. And Paul Carter, who is another superintendent. He's big in the GCSA. He's the superintendent at the Bear Trace at Harrison Bay and Tennessee, and he's really big into it. We're in the same sector, so I'm looking to connect with him here pretty soon and kind of get into that. But yeah, I would recommend anyone who's interested in the government, um, you know, bills getting passed that's going to affect us, and anything that interests people like that. I would highly recommend you getting into the grassroots ambassador program.
Yeah, because GCSAA has a miniature army of you guys that go and um they go through all these bills. They have legal teams that go and they fight all the ridiculous things that specifically the state of California tries to do. But everyone other states are going to be trying to do things that are going to mess with what we do on a day-to-day basis, whether it's good or bad. For the environment, a lot of it's just, I think, overkill in my opinion. But the GCSA does a great job trying to keep these people in check that just don't understand what a golf course does and that it's actually really good for the environment to have a golf course around, being that it's a natural native area in cities and things like that, and it's places where animals can come and live and not be sucked in by a concrete jungle for some instances. So it's really neat. I'm glad to hear that you're a part of that, and hopefully it can grow. And if you guys have never heard of it, obviously we just give you some info, but go check it out on the GCSAA website as well.
Yep, definitely. More people get involved, and like you're saying, more people your age, right? We need representation from everybody. Can't just be an old council of gentlemen up there making all those calls, right?
Bunch of old
Yeah,
bags.
Yeah, the old heads. I mean, we love you guys, but got to get some of the youth up there too.
yeah, they're probably
If
in
you're
their
listening, we're not talking about you, but you
Yeah,
know who we're
exactly.
talking about.
The other old guys.
yeah, not the cool ones.
All right, you starting, Trevor, or am I? Because I got a perfect one to start with.
Well, then sounds like you're starting.
Jackass.
You will not make this putt, jackass.
This comes from Josh Moore. What are the most pints you've consumed and still finished a round standing at the end?
I
18
can't.
holes.
Yeah, well, homeboy here can't drink. I can't. I don't drink a lot when I play golf, so I can't say I get drunk and play golf.
You've never had one of those rounds where you've gone out and just brought a box and gone crazy?
Nope. Nope. I enjoy playing the actual game now after the round. Yeah.
Oh, you're a 19th hole guy, are you?
Yeah. No, I'll have 1, 2 tops.
And Eli's still 20, so he hasn't done it. But I will say, we had one time, I think it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. We started drinking on the way to the golf course, and we're like, all right, we're going to go beer hole. So I got through the front nine pretty drunk, not too sure of the score.
What was the
To be
beer?
honest with you, I think they were Miller Lights, and there were a lot of them. Yeah, got through the ninth, and we went and had lunch and a few more beers. And I think I drove the cart for the next two holes, played golf for a couple more, and then was just fucking carrying myself around the golf course the rest of the way. Not recommended. Yeah, I think you're doing it right. Drink a couple while you're playing and then drink after because yeah, it can get out of hand.
Not a big drink and play guy. I practice golf a lot. I want to go out and play well.
There's a bit of a sweet spot though. Like if you have like
Oh yeah,
one
you can
beer,
get that
one and a
perfect amount of
half.
bucket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even tournaments, if it's like not a, crazy proper tournament, like the superintendent tournament, I had a beer before the round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calm the nerves.
Just one, yeah. Just a little floater. All right.
Next year, Eli, you get to do all that.
Yeah. Well, December 13th.
Oh, here we go. It's coming up.
Let's count it down. Caden Lyers, do you guys cover your greens during the winter months?
Hell yeah.
Of course you do, Canada.
Of course we do. Let's hear about you guys.
For Black Creek, I don't believe they do because it's been every other course I've worked at. Yeah, Ultra Dwarf
Really?
won't survive. Yeah, Ultra Dwarf won't survive the cold, the bitter cold. Well, it can, just if it's going to be prolonged days where it's like staying below freezing kind of thing. Then yeah, we'll toss some covers on. But I don't think I think some of the Zoysia teas they have they'll cover those up. But
You guys not have golf all year round where you are?
oh, we do. We don't really close down, but people stop playing around.
Yeah, you got like the slow
Oh,
season.
we'll have a slow season, but there's still like the regulars that come out every day. But
Our cold is like 45 degrees, and that's for like a couple of weeks. And then we sit at like 55, 65 is really cold, and then it'll be December and it'll be 70. So
yeah,
no, we don't ever cover our
So
greens.
like courses don't even own them down there.
No, you
Like
don't
it's not
have.
even a maybe.
The only reason you'd have a cover for your greens is if you're growing something in and you wanted it to go
Yeah.
faster and kind of incubate it in the colder months. So like at El Cab, we ended up not doing it, but we tested out our putting greens when we were growing them in. We covered them to see if it would like boost it and make it better, and it really didn't make a difference. It was way more of a pain in the ass than something positive. So we ended up not doing it. So yeah, we don't cover them up. We don't need to.
do y'all have both of y'all? Do y'all have bent grass tree greens?
I got bent POA blend, but I would
Same.
love to have pure bent grass.
Yeah, be nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
most of the courses here inland are going to be bent grass, and when you're like right on the coastline, they'll be POA.
okay. Yeah,
We're
we
mostly
have
bent grass greens up here. We just have an old course with a lot of POA.
yeah, we have Crenshaw that's 23 years old at Black Creek. And with our nursery green, we've been trying AU Victory. I don't know if y'all have heard. AU Victory kind of is a mutation from, I believe, from Crenshaw or Cross or something like that. It was founded a sod farm in Alabama, I believe, is what I was told.
Bama
But
sod. I got one here from Little Kirchy. Would you rather have a full crew with old equipment or a small crew with new equipment?
Small crew, new equipment, no questions asked.
Less guys, good stuff.
And if you have a big crew and old equipment, then you're going to be trying to battle keeping equipment going for all these guys to have something to do and or get around with. So it's a massive pain in the ass. So
It would rely a lot on the mechanic for sure. You'd have to figure that
yeah,
one out.
have to have a good situation going there. Like for you, Trevor, like you got a par 3 course, so you don't have a ton of acreage that you have to mow rough or
Yeah, because you also have like disc golf and foot golf.
that, yeah, but it runs with the regular course. It doesn't
Oh,
go
okay.
off in a different direction or anything. But I mean, for a small course, we actually like our back area, our back seven, which we just call the back nine, but there's missing two holes because they're on the front. There's a humongous just open area on this hill that has to be mowed like with the rough, and it's a massive pain in my ass because it's pretty steep. And so what I'm trying to do is get like fescue seed and fill in kind of like a natural native area of like tall
Nice.
fescue. So one, I
Just
don't
let
ever have
it.
to mow it, and people won't fucking drive in it anymore.
Yeah. Two birds.
Two birds. Okay, let's see here. I kind of took reign of that question, but I think we can all agree on that answer.
Yeah, a lot of guys, old equipment would be tough. Not that people aren't doing it. Know a lot of good hardworking superintendents that are. Take what you can get.
Yeah. Well, Eli, your expertise here will be able to help with a question from this one random guy, Turf Guy 52.
Hmm. New guy
Does
again.
the vertical does the vertical cutting of Bermuda grass help it generate growth faster?
Voice Talk Dave, ladies and gentlemen. The best questions.
So I've never had to deal with a Bermuda grass green, but obviously verticutting or cutting in general is always going to promote growth. How is verticutting on a Bermuda grass green?
it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary. Like if you don't, you're going to get real thatchy real quick, and you'll be able to stick your thumb into the green and go like 5 inches. Like you can verticut usually once a week during the summer. It's typically
Jeez.
what most people. Well, I mean, it depends on your location and what you're putting down.
The thought of that with bent grass and or even POA in this area, the thought of verticutting once a week is like pretty extreme. And that's so it's just compared to my area.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, like in this area especially, like we'll either verticut once a week or sometimes twice a week if we have little growth. Just depends on what kind of temperature it'll stay at typically. Like ultra dwarf, it loves that high temperature. That's where it really thrives during the summer. And I mean, you gotta keep it wet. usually whenever it gets real dry, because it's been really dry in Tennessee. I don't know y'all's areas, but this year has been. I think we're 5 inches below the average this time of year
Ooh,
from last year.
wow.
We're running a lot of water right now.
Yeah, got it with that Bermuda. Hit it, Adam.
All right, one more here, and then we'll let our boy go. Graham Roberts, upcoming guest from across the pond, coming up soon. So he says, you are cooking a post aeration week meal for the crew. What are you cooking for them all? And we're going to start down in Tennessee.
And post airification, I mean, it would be easy to say, barbecue, but for if after airification in Black Creek, we have quite a few Latino employees. So I would say like go out on some tacos and some carne asada, like just go full blow with that. And I think they would really enjoy that.
Pretty much a staple here. I usually just cook the pizza box. We don't have a grill or nothing, but past places, with the Mexican workers, they bring all the legit carne asada and just go ham, and it's awesome. I love it.
Nice, like a Taco Tuesday on airification day.
Taco every day down here.
We always do pizzas. We don't usually get too crazy. Everybody loves a good
Kids
pizza.
don't go poutine madness.
Poutine's a big staple at the golf course in tournaments and stuff like that. It's always fun to have a poutine station. But no, pizza's easy. Pass the box around, get some dips, get some pops. Away we go.
Here we go. So we've got darn near 3 different time zones. You guys are going to be closer than me. Grass Zamboni, do you adjust your start time with the sun?
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah, we do. I think we're going to be moving to right now. Our 6:30 start time. I think we're moving to 7 at I think 1st November. It's
Moving
too
to
dark.
7. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Right now our first tee times are at 8:30, so we'll have
Jeez.
to move that back quite a bit. Yeah, at Creek, at Creek's Bend, as soon as the sun comes up, there's golfers.
Oh yeah, I got 6:50 first tee time.
Yeah,
Nice.
we're lucky enough to be able to hold them off for a little while to let us do our thing in the morning. But
Extremely lucky. Damn, it's a luxury.
There are some
yeah,
courses that hold off until you can see, right? They don't want their guys going until they can see. So at that point, you can't really do anything about it. You just got to wait till the sun's up, and then away you go. And golfers can tee off an hour or an hour and a half later.
Oh, you're so lucky.
especially this time of year, I'm the past few mornings I've been out looking for frost because it's been I think we got to 38 degrees the other morning. We can't send guys out there because at Black Creek, our cart paths aren't complete connection. Like it cuts off and you're driving through fairways like kind of like an old style course. You're driving through fairways, and if there's frost out there goes that fairway. There's tire tracks
Yeah.
going up. So
Yeah. No cart path only there. That's a bummer.
No.
they've talked about doing like rough only, but you can't really even do that on some holes. So
Kill the
tough.
shit out of that rough.
All right, Eli, well, we've kept you for a while here, buddy. This has been really good. We're glad we can get you on. The younger, up and coming name in the industry. Sound like a pretty smart guy and got a bright future. So just keep working hard and doing the right thing, bud.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. It's been real great talking to y'all. Really enjoyed it. Hope y'all have a great rest of your night and good rest of the year.
Hell yeah. Go get into that school. Good get some more notches under that belt.
Yeah, buddy.
We'll do. Yeah, I'll let y'all know.
Perfect.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks. Go Vols.
The Turf Today podcast is also brought to you by Aquatrolls. And now more than ever, making the best use of water and other resources is essential, and Aquatrolls is leading the way. Their team of scientists and technical professionals are continually seeking effective solutions to address the unique challenges facing the turf industry and individual turf managers. They offer a complete product line to fit every need and budget. And don't forget, sign up for Aquatrolls Approach and earn points on your purchases all year long. All purchases before April 30th earn double points. Check this all out today at aquatrolls.com.
Let's see. What do we got here? Yard hard. Do you use green sand when you replace the old cut plug to help it blend?
No. Why is it so funny?
I recall a post that was quite controversial about this.
Yeah, people don't like that. They think it's so overkill and a waste of time, right?
Not time,
But
money. They think it's a waste of money. And
yeah,
we've already gone over it. If I could do it, I would do it. Because a lot of times that stuff's got, some positive things. Is it a necessity? No, it absolutely is not. You don't need it. If you need to use sand to hide your plug, you're not doing it right.
yeah.
You're doing it wrong. You're not stitching it. You're not rolling. You're doing something wrong. You don't need sand to hide your plug.
When I was working at the Canadian Open, the greens mowers were going out after they mowed, and they were putting down little bits of green sand in every ball mark. They're using like a Dasani bottle with a hole in it, and just
So
little
you
bunches.
gotta do it for TV. You gotta make
Hardcore, right?
yeah,
That's
that's
the
for
only
TV.
time I've seen it. Like,
Yeah, that's not a daily practice there.
no,
No
that's a
chance.
TV tournament style
Yeah,
thing, and like
yeah,
that's when you do that shit. That's when you do
yeah,
that shit. Like,
yeah, and they're doing it for ball marks, not the cup.
this is a little different,
Line.
yeah, because the ball mark definitely shows. Trevor just dropped his headphones and ran from his seat. So it's just us.
What?
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it. It's only gonna piss me off.
Okay. It was like there was a fire or something quickly. Well, good. I got Darren's Fox. Worst accident you've had on course or seen on course?
We posted the picture of it. It was those dumbasses that dunked the cart in the lake.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I'd say that was, yeah, I'd say it's the worst accident for sure. No one's flipped a cart or done any like whether it's a player or employee. Yeah, I'd say that's probably the worst for me.
Did I ever tell you the story about the guy hitting the light pole with the workman?
I don't know. It's not lighting any bulbs.
This guy's just racking them up right now. So nice gentleman, special needs gentleman, been working for us for a while. He does all the water coolers on the course, all the garbage, does a great job, and life of the party too, like just morale boost of the crew. So he's heading down from the called the back shop one morning. He's loaded up, got all the coolers loaded up, and he's coming down the hill. And perfect timing in the morning, the sun is nice and bright. He can't see a fucking thing. And in the parking lot, we have the light posts, but the posts have these protective concrete barriers around them. And this poor guy
They're
hit
only
that.
protective for the pole, not the person.
Oh man, he hit this thing so hard. And like we weren't around to see it or anything like that. But the call comes over the radio. Hey, like, he's down, just come to the parking lot. So you go down to the parking lot. And he was okay. He was complaining that like his stomach was a little sore from getting hit by the steering wheel. But dude, there was ice everywhere.
Nice. At least he had something to put on really quick.
I turn the corner and I just see ice everywhere. There's buckets and jugs everywhere. The poor guy.
That actually hitting the steering wheel remind me of the other assistant at El Cab. There's, like the big wires for the poles, right? For the driving range, for the nets and everything. And these ones were kind of hidden ish in these trees. And we had the tree company come through and just wax all kinds of trees and limbs and everything like that. And we're ripping because the course is closed. So we're hauling ass. And I get around this wire and I turn around to be like, oh, wire. And he goes straight into it. Boom, full speed in the Toro GTX, like wind knocked out, like almost puked, like next day was bruised. It was really funny.
Yikes.
What do we got? Palmer, Spoonenberger, not burger, just Spoonerenberg. I tried it last week and butchered it. I'm going to butcher it again. Is pulling cores better than just solid tine? Pros and cons. I think we touched on this last week or the week before, but we'll run through it quickly again.
Yeah, definitely gotten into it. I think it's different time of the year. It's beneficial. You don't need to pull core twice a year, but at least once a year.
Don't need to, but it's not bad.
Everybody's different, right? If you're at Eli's course, you're probably pulling cores twice a year.
I don't know. I don't know if you want to pull cores with the
With the Bermuda.
Bermuda that often. I don't know. I don't know. Bermuda greens are such a mystery to me.
Back to the science.
I can't imagine it ever being a bad idea to pull cores. I think if you have the ability to do solid tine and top dress, it saves so much labor and time.
That
as
is
well
big
as
time.
a little bit of recovery.
Mm-hmm.
But there's the only con would be is you're really not getting the compaction out to a solid tine compared to a hollow tine. Yeah.
Yeah, because the amount of sand then going into the green.
When you're pulling out old organics, old sand, whatever it may be, you're getting rid of old stuff and putting in fresh new, which when you do a solid tine, you're still putting in fresh new. But when you pull cores, you're getting rid of,
Right.
what could, depending on your greens, what could be, stuff that you don't need a ton of or you don't want too much of, et cetera, et cetera.
So then segueing into the Turf Today videos, the video of the guy with the sand, he's aerating over top of the sand. There's a
Yeah, so that's a
lot of
solid tine.
comments. Yeah. So how do you
Yeah.
feel about that top dressing before?
If you're doing a solid tine, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then your top dressing is already done. You go through, you punch it, you drag it, and you're done. You're out.
Yeah.
See ya.
You don't put any heavy tires on top of your already punched greens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like it. That's how we do
Now,
it
if you're
too.
pulling cores, it's absolutely stupid, which is why you never see someone pulling cores with sand already on the green.
It wouldn't work.
No, it'd be absolutely dumb.
There was some comments though, because people were going back and forth on that one.
Oh, always. There's always fist fights in the comments for these keyboard warriors. It's fantastic.
Somebody said, "Good Lord, I thought that was a cart path."
I did see that, and that was funny. Which, if you do like glance, totally.
Yeah.
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 You're just
Yeah,
like, "What's he doing?"
That was funny.
Is that a basketball court? Oh shit. I got one from the Gecko Knight. Would you ever do a show with any Oakdale staff, which is in Canada, former or present? I mean,
What's hilarious is that there's an Oakdale, California, where I've played Oakdale Country Club, and we have a family friend who is always the club champion at Oakdale Country Club
so
in Oakdale, California.
right.
So I guess it's a question for you, considering I'm imagining that you worked at Oakdale, maybe?
No.
Was it just a rival club up there?
Nope. Maybe he works there. I don't know. He's just asking, like, will you ever do a show with Oakdale staff, former or present?
Well, being that I don't know Oakdale, which one you're referring to, sure.
Sure. Yeah.
There's not a course that we or anything that we wouldn't, just based on whatever.
Unless he's referring to himself. Then it's like, yeah, I mean, reach out, bro. We'd love to have you on. What did you think about them putting the mound in? When I first saw that video, I was like, it's that fucking big?
Yeah, it's huge. Most of them are
It's
hollow
huge.
too. That's actually the first time I've seen one that's not hollow that you fill in with dirt. I've built mounds. I've built several different
You
mounds
fill the rubber full of dirt to make it heavy.
to make it set and sit in there. Yeah,
Those guys know what
that
they're
big
doing.
giant rubber tool will sit just fine. It's not anything. Some of them are like stepped, where it kind of looks like a step, and then you fill up like the other half with dirt, and then that's when you kick down, and eventually you hit another piece of rubber. It's the same piece. Yeah,
Right.
those things are heavy, dude.
No kidding.
Those solid rubber. That thing is heavy.
Especially-
That thing's probably 100 pounds.
Sweet ass.
But yeah, no, I built mounds before. It's cool. You got to be
Turf.
real precise.
Yep.
Yeah, and usually what you do is you build a level that's to the exact degree of like downslope that you want, and then you just build it off of that. It's when you know how to do it, it's very simple. When you're first doing it, it's pretty tough. And then I say simple, I'm not saying it's easy, but it makes sense. It's like when you learn an irrigation system, it's simple,
right?
But it's never easy. Yeah, pretty cool.
I like it. So GeoFirm says, if you randomly get a tea time with your friends, are you allowed to ask for the turf rate?
Yeah.
Like
you just don't be a dick about it. Like I've done it. You go up, be like, hey, I'm GCSA members, which I'm a superintendent, so it's a tiny bit different. You're like, oh, I'm a superintendent of this course. Is there like a GCSA or like our superintendent discount? And they'll be like, oh yeah, I can hook you up with the member rate or whatever. Or they'll be like, no, sorry. Or they'll be like, oh, let me talk to my pro. Like you can throw it out there.
It's okay to ask, yeah.
Yeah, I would
politely ask.
You can't just be like, I'm this.
I get free golf here.
Right? No.
There.
Well, if you go up and ask at that point, you're not getting it free unless they've got a really, really, really cool GM who comes out and But if you want to do free golf, you contact the GM or the super weeks in advance.
That's what this question is.
That scenario, yeah. You can probably get a discount. I mean, it depends on where you go and how you ask, but I always ask if I'm going to ask, it is hey, I'm a superintendent in the area. Like, is there a discount for industry? And sometimes they're like, nah, and you're like, all right, cool, no worries.
Yeah.
And then
it never hurts to
sometimes
ask.
they're like, yeah.
You
Yeah.
say, okay, cool. Just asking. May as well ask. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd feel bad.
Bad asking.
Yeah, just be like, oh, I'm an assistant at another course in the city. Is there a discount?
I
But
mean, yeah, you kind of got to feel it out. I've only asked that I can remember once, and it's because the person I went with was in the industry, but not on the grass side,
okay,
and he was getting a discount for being in that, and I was like, hey, I'm on this
I
side.
do
They're like, oh yeah,
this.
no problem. Yeah,
Nice.
they're like, oh yeah, no problem. We got you. I was like, sick. All right.
Yeah, may as well
But
ask.
yeah, it's because typically when I go play somewhere, I'm the one setting it up, and I'm hitting up the super or the GM myself.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Last one I have here is a bit of a long one from Adam Stark. This one outside the box. He had to send a full message. So, but he needs our help. Might be able to help
You
him
know how
here.
sick it would be if we had like a Jack in the Box sponsor for these? Or no, it'd have to be Taco Bell. Think outside the box.
Who was I
Even better
talking
though.
to the other day?
I don't know. I don't know your wife.
Uh, no, it was a company. High Noons. I was messaging with High Noons through Turf today, and we're like, we need a drink sponsor for the podcast. And they're like, okay, we'll keep you in consideration for future sponsors. Yeah.
Be
So
cool.
everybody start messaging High Noon and harass them so that
Tag them
we
in
can,
every post.
yeah, so that we can get them involved in Turf.
That'd be
It'd be like
sweet.
the official greenkeeping drink is the High Nooners. Be good.
Yes.
Mostly want to be drinking something else. I don't know.
Dude, I'll take a high noon anytime.
Yeah.
Hey,
That'd be
babe, do we
fun.
have any high noons in there? I don't think we have them in our house right now.
Trev, you have White Claws right now, man?
High noon's that vodka soda in the little blue and white can. You've had one. They're really good. I don't have White Claws, but there is a White Claw in my fridge, Mr. White Claw yourself.
All right. Well, we had two, and I only got to drink one of them, so I'm not over it yet. All right, back to Adam Stark here. I've been at my private club now for 5 years, 6 if you count the year in the back shop, but we don't need to get into that. I want to become either an AIT or a foreman or something for now and to move up. Any advice on talking with my super at the end of the year? My question for the pod. Thanks, boys.
Don't wait for the end of the year. Find them, ask them, hey, do you have a minute to talk at the end of the day or at lunch or something? And tell him, be like, hey, I've been here for a while. I'm looking to move up. Like, would we be able to create an AIT position here? Is that something that we'd be able to do? If not, like, I'm going to start applying for these if they come up, and it'd be great to have your support to do it. Don't
Yeah,
wait. You've been there for 5 years, man. Like
yeah,
I'm not saying that it's bad that you're in a position for 5 years. If you're comfortable, you're comfortable. But now that you've gotten comfortable and you want to move up, you have to make the move to do it. Your
yep,
mechanic and your assistant being on your side is great, but and you can use them as references, but your super is the one who's going to be it. And you can be like, hey, like even if it's a working title and I can just get some more responsibilities here, that'd be awesome or whatever. But like you have to be the one to really push it. Don't wait. Get after it.
yep. And I think Trev nailed it. The only thing I would say is if you've been there 5 years, I'm assuming you're inspired a little bit by what your superintendent's doing. I think you should tell him. Tell him, you got me
They'll be
inspired to do
stoked.
this and fucking I want to keep going. I want to keep working for you. I want to keep learning from you. Like,
Well, you don't need to pander to
let's
him,
get
but
going.
he'll be stoked that you want to move up because the
Absolutely.
biggest pet peeve for like getting employees or keeping employees around is the ones that are complacent with doing what they do and they don't want to do anything more.
Yep. Open your
So
mouth.
it's like, yeah, nut up or shut up.
Yeah. And don't wait till the end of the year like everybody else is. Go
Yeah,
tell them
don't
tomorrow.
wait. Don't wait. Go do it. Just say,
Pause this
hey,
podcast and go tell them.
just be like, hey man, you got time at the end of the day. You got time right now. Like, you have time where we can sit down and talk for a little bit.
And now a quick word from Hydrowick. Hydrowick is the solution to eliminate perched and pooled water on top of playing surfaces. Use Hydrowick to avoid massive trenching scars and long healing recovery time. Within hours after heavy rain, your turf will be back to playable condition for both walking and driving. Maximize your playing season with minimal cost and ensure your turf is playable for longer periods of time with Hydrowick's ultra-absorbing capabilities. Don't let rain stop you from playing. Check these guys out on Instagram at Hydrowick Drainage or at hydrowickdrainage.com.
I think that's all I had in general.
I had a couple just minor housekeeping things I wanted to mention. A few people have reached out about the Waste Management Open. If you go to the link in our bio, you can still volunteer to work that event. They're taking applications, I believe, until the new year.
Yeah, I think so too. I saw that. I started filling one out, and then I realized that I cannot commit to that much time at this moment in time to go and work that.
Uh, it is a
Yeah.
lot, but it's big. If people are trying to put stuff on their resume and work their way up,
Yeah, well, they're going to ask. You don't need to always volunteer for the full one, but this is such a big tournament that that's what they want, and that's what they're going to be able to get because there's going to be hundreds, if not thousands, of people going for it. So
yeah,
get it in, get it off.
get them in, get them
Um,
off.
yeah, if you can work the event, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. I think I'm going to have to skip this year, but when we go out for Phoenix, definitely going to grass clippings and checking it out.
The other thing too, right before the show in Phoenix are the GCSAA Golf Championships sponsored by Toro. I played last year. I want to play again. I haven't signed up yet. I don't know. I think we should try and be a part of that, Trev. Like that'd be a lot of fun. I don't know if there's anybody out there that can get us in there. If there's some way Turf Today can be involved in that, I think that'd be a lot of fun. It was one of the best couple days I've had playing golf in the golf industry. And so for anybody who's goes to the show and would like a little bit more fun, a little bit more networking, get into the golf championships.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you can register for that. That's all open. Obviously, stuff with the show. I believe it's January 27th.
is it in February?
I think it goes from like the 20, or maybe the golf championships of the 29th to the 1st. Like that
I
what
think
it is.
it's in February.
Yeah, 29th to the 1st of February are the
Yeah, we'll
championships.
see. That's
And then the conference is right after that, like February 2nd or
there. It is. Yeah.
whatever.
Okay. Cool beans.
Yep. Let's see. Two more things here. One thing was Woolly Park. So we all know about Woolly Park, right?
Nope.
No? Well, you follow
What's Fully
you
Park?
follow Woolly Park on Instagram.
Do I?
You must.
Sure.
17
Is it a course?
17,000 followers. It's run by their superintendent, John. And
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
he was just messaging with us the other day and he was telling me that he originally started this page for their members so that he could kind of educate people about what, golf course maintenance is and what they do. And now 17,000 followers later, he's actually having people reach out to him and tell him that he and their crew and their golf course and their page are the reason that they got into turf. And I think that's fucking amazing, man. For you to start
That
something
is
like
pretty
this,
rad.
put all of your hard work and everything out there, put all, make yourself very vulnerable to everybody. And
And the way you started it is a killer idea for clubs, especially private clubs, to have, obviously every club's going to have their own Instagram page or whatever. But if you have just the maintenance side of it to show them what you do to give people more understanding of like, oh my God, it's closed. Why is it closed?
yeah,
And you're like,
well,
well, this is the
this is
process
what
we're
we're
doing
doing.
and things like that. But obviously you have to have the time and staff and talent to do that. So if you have those, like, it's a really cool thing to have.
Yeah. So there's,
I just saw one thing too, actually, that I read that's kind of news worthy.
are you done with this?
Yeah. Bubba Wright, the super at Pebble, has moved on to another course. He went to, I believe it's Tiger's course. What's it called? Payne Valley. So maybe that's what
Yeah.
um, Knowles was talking about. So pretty neat. Apparently, potentially opening at Pebble.
Yeah.
I'd imagine they're going to hire within, and that's probably, or it's already been done. But yeah, I saw that. That was kind of a shocker.
Yeah. No, that is big. Cool. It sounds like more people are reaching out to Ian Foster. Well, it sounds like those PSU guys, all you boys who are going to school this year, you're all friends now. They're all messaging behind our backs. Whatever. It's fine. Might have to have a big PSU fucking roundtable episode one time. Get all you guys
Oh
on.
man, what's your last thing?
Back to the day. What is the youngest driving age in the US?
I don't know, 16?
Yeah, 16 is the
15 and
guess,
a
right?
half?
Like 16.
15 and a half is when you can get your learner's permit,
Huh.
I believe.
So vast majority of states minimum age of unsupervised driving, I can't speak, is 16. The youngest legal drivers are in South Dakota, 14 and a half years old. What the
Well, when you
hell
only
is
have
that?
like 65, there's only like 65 people that live there.
14 and a half, I guess, like to be able to get from farm to farm. Jeez. Did you know the drinking age in Quebec's 18?
But it should be, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see here. Alrighty. Oh, from Good Housekeeping. All right.
Heyo,
Give me a number 1 through 15.
number 1.
That's boring. Come on.
It's my number. What do you want? All right, 12.
All right, we're gonna do 12. All right. Wow, you go top to bottom, whatever, loser. Wow. Actually, kind of interesting. Facebook has more users than many major populations. At 2.89 billion monthly users, Facebook overshadows China, 1.4 billion, and India's 1.3 billion populations.
And that's not just accounts total. That's users per month. Like active users.
That's insane.
Jesus. I didn't think Facebook was still that big. I guess everybody's got it so they can message their friends, eh?
Old people have Facebook.
Like Facebook's the ultimate contact list,
I guess. I don't know. I deleted mine years ago.
except for people that deleted them years ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. Well, at least there's no potty humor in this episode, so that's nice. Do you want to finish with
Well-
what we're ordering tonight for dinner?
I don't know, babe. What are we having for dinner tonight? Grilled chicken, zucchini, and pasta.
Oh,
Potentially.
potentially. Nice.
Either that or ordering pizza. It's one of the two.
I'm positively screaming. We are not ordering pizza.
Next time.
You're not screaming at all.
Internal screaming.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, never mind. Apparently, she got us a gift, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Gifts.
Next week, coming on.
Oh, I guess you're coming on next week.
Next week's guest,
Yeah.
Seamus Campbell,
Yeah.
featuring Trav's wife.
That's what you're gonna make, right?
I'm gonna make homemade ice cream. I should know what flavor.
Whatever you want. It's fine. I'll eat it.
Wow. Now we're doing homemade ice cream. Okay.
Yeah, eat shit.
Actually, no, we got pork chops, so we'll do that.
Shork pops.
I've started rewatching Parks and Rec, and I forgot
Yes.
how fucking good Ron Swanson is.
That is my spirit animal.
He is so fucking good. The pictures of breakfast up on his wall.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
A
definitely.
young Chris Pratt in that show too.
I've been told by many, especially the one across the table here. I'm a mix of Red Foreman.
And Luke from Gilmore Girls, of
I
course.
was getting there.
Lukey.
Yeah, Luke from Gilmore Girls for sure, and then I can't think of a Ron Swanson. That's
Right.
my blend of characters.
Right.
That's me as a human. Jesus, trying to record a show over here, lady. Put your top back on.
Okay, guys. We'll leave you two alone. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Don't eat too much ice cream.
I was talking about her hat, you perv. Damn. All right,
All right, buddy.
you keep your reel sharp.
Do my best.
Oh my god. It hurts.
Go Devils. Actually, Go Sens Go. We're
Yeah.
first in the league, so have a good night.
Later.
See ya.